In 2015, a group of cyclists who also supported the cause of freedom in Palestine started what is now called the Big Ride. This was a marathon cycle ride from Edinburgh to London, a ride which has continued annually every year since then, culminating in a huge number of 200 people who gathered in London at the end of the ride. This year, because of restrictions, the Big Ride is restricted to smaller local events. This is the send-off for one of them, organised by the Halifax Friends of Palestine. The riders will cycle the 58-kilometre distance, which is the border between Gaza and Israel.
And especially a big thank you to Perveen, who's organised all this, and to comrades from the Big Ride for Palestine. My name is Jenny Lynn, and I'm chair of Halifax Friends of Palestine. And this year, because of the virus, we're not able to do what we've done in previous years, which is to have a wonderful, long, big ride that goes from the top of Scotland down to London. So instead, the Big Ride groups have been asked if they would organise rides that are the distance of the separation barrier around Gaza. Gaza imprisoned by the blockade, by the Israeli wall. And so people have got, this week, people who want to participate in the Big Ride are being asked to cycle either 36 or 44 miles and to ask their friends to sponsor them. I have to tell you that just here, today, I think we've probably raised between 120 and 150 pounds already from people who are just putting money in the bucket, which is really fantastic. I'm going to call in a minute on Chris Green, who's a local person who's been involved in the Big Ride before, to talk about why he got involved. But I'd like to say a little bit about why it's so important that we remember the people of Gaza as we undertake this Big Ride. The people of Gaza, as you know, 2 million people in the most densely populated area in the world, suffering from a blockade imposed by Israel and also by Egypt for the last 14 years. 75% of the people of Gaza are either unemployed or families are in receipt of food aid from the United Nations Relief and Works Agency. Circumstances there are absolutely desperate. There are power cuts most of the day, so that people are only able to have electricity in Gaza for something like 3 hours at a time. The sea, a beautiful coastline of Gaza, the sea is increasingly polluted because of the problems of maintaining the infrastructure when there is often no electricity to run the pumps. And now COVID-19 has struck. As a result of COVID-19, it's been estimated by the General Secretary of the Trade Unions of Gaza that some 4,000 people have already lost their jobs. 50 factories have closed their doors, and people are really worried about the economic and social consequences of the lockdown that's been imposed in Gaza. So it's really fantastic that you've turned out today to show your solidarity with the people of Palestine and especially with the people of Gaza. The Big Ride for Palestine has been raising money for the past 5 years, and in a minute I'm going to ask Chris Green to say a few words about his experience of being on the Big Ride before. But it's wonderful that the organisation that they're linked with, is called Middle East Children's Alliance, which was set up by a Gaza doctor called Dr. Mona Al-Farah. And for the last 2 or 3 years, the focus has particularly been upon providing support to projects for children, and especially girls, in Gaza. So projects which would give them opportunities for sport, for exercise, and just really to have some joy in their lives. So that's what the money will be going to. And this year's money is being raised particularly to help construct a special play playground in the north of Gaza. So that's what this is in aid of. But it's also to remind everybody that although we are in this lockdown situation, Halifax Friends of Palestine is committed at least once a month to doing something to tell people that Palestine really matters. That human rights and equality for the people of Palestine, for all the people of Palestine, really matters. So I wonder if I could just hand over now to Chris Green.